Bonjour, everyone. It is Sue from Retiring to France on a Shoestring. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in Central Texas, and I am lucky enough to be able to sit outside again in a beautiful sunny day with a light breeze. It's a little nippy in the shade, but not too bad. So, what's been going on this week? Well, once again, it's been a busy week, and I can't believe that another 8 days have gone by since I've last recorded, but here I am. So this week, I tackled another seemingly insurmountable task that I wasn't sure if I needed to do, but I went ahead and accomplished it anyway, just in case. I was divorced a gazillion and a half years ago, 1988. And immediately after the divorce, I went back to my maiden name, and I haven't had to think about it at all since, because my passport has always been in my maiden/current name. But in going through some of the documentation for the long-term long-stay visa, I realized that there is an off chance that an official somewhere, whether that be ahead of time in the visa process or once I get to my local final destination at the prefecture, that somebody might ask me about that. So I spent hours one day and then gave up and then tried again a couple of days later to contact the great state of New York to get a copy of my divorce decree from way back when. And I finally figured out the right place to do it and sent off my money. And once again, I'm very happy that I did this now, because I think their time frame is 150 days, whereas when I last spoke about getting my birth certificate, that was a 120-day wait. So basically, it sounds like everything should be here no later than the end of March. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed, because that fits in with my timetable of wanting to move either the end of May or by the end of June. If it takes a little longer than that, c'est la vie, as they say. But I've done what I can do to get those things moving in the process. I think I mentioned last time I have decided not to bring my car. So that will be something I will need to focus on selling in the May time frame, possibly doing a rental car for a month to make sure I can get myself around. I'm also kind of going back and forth about whether I do want to go all the way up to Montreal to fly to Toulouse direct, or if I want to do a 2-stage trip and fly to Paris and then pick up a car there and then drive down to Toulouse, which that is becoming a little bit more intriguing to me, I guess I would say. And I think it might be a little bit more fun in that I will be arriving in Paris, and then the dogs and I will be slowly making our way to wherever I will be living. And that will give us a day or two, at least, maybe even a third day, to kind of sink ourselves and immerse ourselves into the culture and into a beautiful long drive, which, again, I love long drives. And that will certainly be one, because if things transpire the way that I'm hoping that they do, or that I'm planning that they do at this point, I will be in the south of France, probably below Toulouse. So that will be a little bit of a hike from Paris to drive that far. Other things this week: had a lovely Thanksgiving. In years past, I have hosted Thanksgiving or gone to other people's places, but this year I chose to just sit and relax and enjoy all my Thanksgiving favorites with just me, myself, and the dogs. Visited with some friends, but then came back to relax. And this year it was the absolute perfect thing for me to do. I didn't feel that I was missing out on anything. I know a lot of people like a huge, big Thanksgiving crazy fest, and I have done that in the past. But this year especially, that just didn't seem like a lot of fun to me. I'm very blessed that I was able to enjoy my favorite holiday in the way that felt the best to me. I've also decided to do minimal holiday decorating. I do have a lot of lights that I have put up outside, and I put some of them up inside, but I chose right before Thanksgiving, actually last weekend, to sell my dinky little 36-inch or 3-foot tall pre-lit fake Christmas tree because, number one, I no longer have the table surface that it used to sit on, as I've already gotten rid of that. And two, I wanted to donate it or sell it before the holidays so that somebody who actually wants and could use a little tree would be able to enjoy it. And certainly I did find a lovely young lady who didn't have any Christmas decorations. It's her first Christmas, I think, on her own. She's very young. I think she might be in her first job. And I love the idea that she is already enjoying that little tree. So my ornaments will stay packed until next Christmas in France. And I think that's the right decision for me this year as well, especially because I will be going to Georgia in the middle of December for my cousin's daughter's wedding, which I'm very excited about, and get to see one of my closest friends that I haven't seen in a couple of years. She and her husband, get to stay with them for a night and really kind of do a farewell tour to certain places that I really enjoy in Georgia. I have been upping my learning French game, as I have mentioned, and I have purchased 5 or 6, I think, graded readers on the advice of Susie, and I will put her YouTube link in my description here because I can't offhand think of the name of her channel, but she has been incredibly helpful. And she and her family live in Dijon. She is American. Her kids, I think, may or may not be American born, and I'm hoping that when I do travel through Dijon that I will get a chance to see her. If not, I will definitely get to see her at some point in the future. And that's pretty much it for today. I can't really think of too much else that is exciting or monumental to talk about. Everything is just going to plan. Obviously getting more and more excited for my scouting trip, which is now only 2 months away. Not even, I think. It's a little bit less than 60 days before we take off. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope everybody watching this is enjoying my random and crazy messaging to let you know how things are going. If you are so inclined to like the videos or subscribe, I would love it, especially like, but just the fact that you're here is fantastic. And I hope that you have a lovely afternoon, lovely evening, or lovely night, wherever you may be. And I will see you again soon. Au revoir.